Good afternoon. This is the March 1st, 2022 meeting of the Babylon Town Board. I would ask the clerk to call the roll, and then we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance and go into our public hearings.
Councilman Mineta.
Here.
Councilman Martinez.
Here.
Councilman McSweeney.
Here.
Councilman Gregory.
Here.
Supervisor Schaefer.
And I am here. So all five are present. I'll ask you to please rise for a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. I'd ask that you're keeping your thoughts and prayers the brave servicemen and women serving our country, both here and abroad, as well as all of those who are in the Ukraine or leaving the Ukraine, and all the countries that are assisting with the effort to help our Ukrainian brothers and sisters. Thank you. Please be seated. Just by way of explanation, if you're watching this meeting on our YouTube channel at 3:30 p.m. on March 1st, it's live. You'll see a live red button up in the left-hand corner, and you can click on the link to the agenda or the public hearing scheduled for today and ask to address the board while we are live. If you're watching this at a future date and time, you can still click on those links and send us a message, which we will get. If you have a question regarding any of the public hearings or any of the agenda items, or if you have a general question about town government or town services, and one of us will get back to you so we get you the information that you need. With that, we're going to go into the public hearing scheduled for today. And the first public hearing is a public hearing on the application of Krishiv LLC for permission for alterations to an existing motel for the premises identified by Suffolk County.
Brown now, right? It's the right group.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, I was just mentioning I'm adding Keith Brown. Sorry.
Oh, permission for alterations to an existing motel for the premises identified by Suffolk County Tax Map number 0100-099-01-047.003, excuse me, and 047.004, located on the south side of New York State Route 109, 164.36 feet west of the Southern State Parkway in East Farmingdale. So ask for the applicant representative to identify him or herself. For the board, please state your name and address so that the stenographer has that down. And then if you could just give us a brief explanation as to what the application is about.
Good evening, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board. Keith Brown, Altman DeLeo, 538 Port Hollow Road, Suite 301 West, Melville, New York, 11747.
Good to see you,
I'm
Mr.
here. Good to see you too, Mr. Supervisor. I'm here today with respect to the application of Krishiv LLC to redevelop the existing Hollywood Motel and construct a brand new state-of-the-art Fairfield Inn by Marriott on the lots adjacent to the property located at 400 Route 109 in Farmingdale, New York. At the outset, I would like to thank you and the board members for hearing our application. The mailings and postings for this hearing were performed in accordance with the town code, and the required proof has been submitted to the town clerk in addition to the documents we're relying upon in support of the application. Given that this application pertains to two separate applications currently before the board, I'll first discuss the proposed redevelopment of the Hollywood Motel and then turn our attention to the proposed new Fairfield Marriott Hotel.
Good. And Keith, what I'm going to do is we'll include your comments in the second public hearing, which is for the Fairfield Marriott. So you don't have to repeat
myself. That would be great. So just by way of background, the property has been used as a motel for approximately 57 years. A copy of the certificate of occupancy has been submitted as Exhibit A for your reference in the packet of documents that were submitted to the clerk. The property is currently improved with a two-story, 45-room motel located on tax lots 47.3 and 47.4. A colored rendering of the existing motel has been submitted as Exhibit B for your reference. As the board is no doubt aware, I just want to go through the area surrounding the subject property that is comprised mostly of industrial and commercial uses. To the north of the property across New York State Route 109 is Republic Airport. To the west of the Hollywood Motel is the proposed hotel. To the west of the proposed hotel are commercial properties that include a CrossFit gym, a home improvement store, a performance arts and entertainment venue, and the Deli Zone pizza store. Directly to the east of the property is the Southern State Parkway. Abutting the property to its south is the MTA Long Island Railroad, and tax lots 13.2 to the south, lot 2 to the west, and lot 11 to the east of the property are all located within the G as in George, industry zoning district. Tonight, the applicant requests certain town board relief to make building facade improvements, alterations to the basement, and allow for storage and other associated site improvements to the property. As shown on the site plan prepared by Bowler Engineering, which has been submitted as Exhibit C, the applicant is proposing to make a number of much-needed improvements to the existing motel, including 1, demolition of the existing pool and surrounding area, 2, demolition of the one-story building at the southeast corner of the property, 3, exterior stucco work to the building facade, 4, replacement of the existing monument sign, and 5, the addition of attractive landscaping along the eastern property boundary, the parking lot islands, as well as in the area set to be demolished. Following the public hearing before the Town Planning Board on July 12th of last year, 2021, the applicant completed all demolition and exterior stucco work at the motel. A colored rendering of the proposed motel has been submitted as Exhibit D. It was prepared by SRF Architects. As are shown in Exhibit D, the proposed improvements will significantly enhance the overall appearance of the property. As part of the application, the applicant is proposing to completely eliminate and convert the existing bar and former dance area in the basement of the building into a storage area. The floor plans prepared by SRF have been submitted as Exhibit E. As shown on the revised floor plans, the applicant will also be removing the existing kitchen and bathrooms per the recommendation by the Town Planning Department. A side-by-side comparison of the existing site and the motel with the proposed improvements has been submitted as Exhibit F. And as the board members can see, it is a stark improvement over what was there formerly. Thus, the applicant is requesting town board approval as required under section 213-159 of the town code to perform the proposed alterations to the existing motel. The second application for the board, as is indicated in the second agenda item, pertains to the adjacent lot on the west side of the motel, which will be referred to as the Marriott Hotel or Hotel. For the hotel application, the applicant is planning to demolish the existing dilapidated structures on the property in order to construct a brand new Fairfield Inn by Marriott. To do so, we are requesting the town board approve a small change of zone for the parcel identified as tax lot 3 from G Industrial to MH Planned Motel Hotel District. Given the proposed height of the hotel, section 213-151 of the town code also requires that we obtain town board approval to permit the construction of a 4-story hotel. For those who don't know about the Marriott Hotel brand, Marriott is considered the world's leading travel company with over 7,500 properties worldwide, including 30 of the most respected hotel brands in the world. For example, the Ritz-Carlton and the St. Regis. With respect to its Fairfield Inn brand, there are currently over 1,000 Fairfield Inns across the United States. As the second largest Marriott brand, the Fairfield Inn falls within the upper mid-scale tier of the company's portfolio. Fairfield Inn caters to both business travelers and families alike. Its signature amenities include complimentary hot breakfast, fitness center, and lobby marketplace. As part of Marriott's rigorous approval process for franchisees, an internal feasibility research was performed for the proposed hotel. This was done to ensure that the hotel, if approved, would be sustainable economic enterprise for years to come. In addition, only Marriott approved management companies, one of the highest standards in the industry, may manage the proposed hotel. The applicant will also be required to follow Marriott's rigorous standards for the life of the franchise agreement or threaten the revocation of that same franchise agreement. The existing residential buildings on the property are currently in terrible condition and remain a constant eyesore for all passersby traveling along New York State Route 109. We've submitted color photographs of the existing buildings as Exhibit G. The applicant seeks to demolish the rundown structures and erect the beautiful 4-story hotel with 84 rooms and other associated site improvements. Color renderings of the proposed hotel have been submitted as Exhibit H. And this. A side-by-side comparison of the existing site and the proposed hotel has been submitted as Exhibit I. And as you can see there again, the improvements are a dramatic change over what's there currently. The hotel will operate 24 hours, 7 days a week, and will be staffed by 15 full-time and 4 to 5 part-time employees. Security guards will be stationed on site between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. The property will also utilize CCTV security surveillance cameras throughout the site. As shown on the site plans, emergency access gates will be installed at the property line between the Marriott, the motel, and the hotel. In addition, the property will feature a sliding gate pursuant to a cross-access agreement between the property owners. A copy of the executed cross-access agreement has been submitted as Exhibit J. So given the property's close proximity to Republic Airport, the applicant and I reached out to the FAA and obtained a determination of no hazard to air navigation from the FAA. A copy of that determination was issued on March 20th of 2019 and has been submitted as Exhibit K. A copy of the FAA approval extending the determination of the no hazard has also been submitted as Exhibit L, as it lapsed. Our team has also discussed the project with the MTA and the New York State Parks Department and has received letters of no objection from both the MTA, submitted as Exhibit M, as well as an email from New York State Parks Department for the proposed work has been submitted as Exhibit N as in Nancy. In addition, we received 2 letters of support, one from the Melville Chamber of Commerce and a second from Discover Long Island, welcoming and wholly supporting the proposed redevelopment of the property. A copy of those letters of support have been submitted as Exhibit O and P respectively. Lastly, the applicant has submitted an application for the hotel project with the Babylon Industrial Development Agency. So with that, we have several experts in support of the application. In this particular order, we have Mr. T.J. Wilkinson, professional engineer of Bowler Engineering, the project engineer. We have Mr. Stephen Favada of SRF Architect PC on behalf of the project architect for the motel. And we have Mr. Ethan Chikoski, professional engineer of Atlantic Traffic and Design, our traffic safety experts. And we are happy to answer any questions that the board may have. They are prepared to give a full presentation of the project, Mr. Supervisor. I leave it to your discretion as if you want to hear the full testimony or an abbreviated version.
So Keith, each of the board members has been given the file, which includes the testimony that they've submitted to the planning board, as well as the information that they've submitted. And you've done a great job at reviewing all of the submission of the general application. So like I said, we'll include this as part of the record for public hearing number 1. And I'll read public hearing number 2 in a minute, but we'll include it also and make it part of the record for public hearing number 2, since you reference the application for the new, which we are very excited about because of what your client, the amount of money your client's going to invest into the area by both the improvements at the existing motel and the brand new motel that you're going to bring to the area. We know it's much needed and is a lot of business and homeowners are looking forward to it in the area. So do any of the board members have any questions for Keith? No.
I do, Supervisor.
Oh, Tony, Councilman Martinez.
Hi, Keith.
Good evening,
Good
Councilman.
afternoon.
How are
Just
you?
in terms of the motel and the renovation of the motel, I remember when you brought this up before the town, when at the beginning, and I think one suggestion was the name Hollywood. Will it remain the Hollywood, or is there going to be a new brand?
I do recall, and I actually went over this with the town planning staff. And right now, the plan was to keep the name as it was. There was other portions of the sign that were taken down because I remember they were somewhat problematic. So they were removed immediately, and a new monument sign is prepared for that. I'm happy to talk to you separately, offline about it if there's any, major issues with it. But the plan as it stands right now, Councilman Martinez, is to keep it as the Hollywood Motel. I should say the new and improved Hollywood Motel.
Hollywood 2.0?
Yeah.
Could be a good opportunity to rebrand as well. My opinion.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Understood.
Yeah, and
No
I would agree with him, but we can talk further about that. Maybe even have a name contest amongst all of the either the old people who remember the old Hollywood or the younger set who would like to see something else. So, but we appreciate your consideration of that.
Yes, I will take another advisement with my client and report back.
Great, thank you. Any other members have questions for Keith or any of the consultants? No? Okay, good. So I'm going to read the second public hearing, which is a public hearing on the rezoning application for Suffolk County Tax Map Number 100-99-1-3 and special permission for MH Motel Hotel related service uses and exceeding permitted height for the premises identified by Suffolk County Tax Map Number 100-99-1-47.005 and 003, located on the south side of New York State Route 109, 164.36 feet west of the Southern State Parkway, East Farmingdale. Like I said, our clerk, Jerry Compatello, and our stenographer, Jen Taus, will include all of your comments as well as the names of the consultants who are attending for both applications.
Terrific. Thank you very much.
So I'll take a motion from Councilman Martinez, second by Councilman Mineta, to close and reserve decision on the first public hearing. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing none, that public hearing is closed and decision reserved. And I'll take a motion from Councilman Mineta, second by Councilman Gregory, to close and reserve decision on the second public hearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, hearing none, that second public hearing is also closed and the decision is reserved. Thank you very much for your presentation today.
Thank you very much. It was nice seeing all of you, even if it is by Zoom.
You too.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right, I'll call the third public hearing, which is a public hearing on the special exception use permit application of VL10 1620 New Highway LLC, Planning Board Job Number 18-30 ABH modified for the premises identified by Suffolk County Tax Map Number 100-35-1-17.001, 17.012, and 031.004, located on the west side of New Highway, 721 feet north of Conklin Street in East Farmingdale. Do we have a representative for the applicant?
Good evening, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board, Joseph F. Buzzell Bland of Visconti for the applicants.
Thank you, Joe.
The application seeks a special permit for a public utility, being a compressed natural gas distribution or CNG facility, to be constructed and operated by National Grid. There is a gas main on New Highway. There are times during heavy demand, particularly on very cold winter days, when the system is at risk of being overtaxed, which can cause problems and even a partial shutdown. The proposal is to take a 3-acre portion of a 16-plus acre property located on New Highway and construct a facility that will input CNG during peak periods. The overall site is on the west side of New Highway, just north of the tracks. It's very irregularly shaped. It's narrow at New Highway, but opens up as you get into it. It's industrial G, over 16 acres in size, and it's surrounded by industrially zoned properties. The proposal is to take the easterly 3 acres and construct a fenced-in area, secure, only National Grid can enter, and put in the CNG facilities there. The distribution facilities are on the east side, 300 feet from New Highway, and screened by the property between that and New Highway. The input facilities, which is where the CNG is added to go into the system, is in the center. And on the west side, there's a small monitoring building, 1-story, 480 square feet. The CNG comes in by truck. The trucks arrive, pull into a distribution location. The cab pulls away. National Grid personnel connect the truck and commence distribution. When finished, a cab is sent to pick up the truck. Very limited occupancy, only a few days a year when it's very cold and demand is high. Very quiet, very little traffic. As I said, surrounded by industry. To the east are industrial buildings on New Highway. Across New Highway is a railroad freight terminal and the cemetery. To the north and west are industrial buildings. To the south is an asphalt plant and then a railroad. It's not a wholly new project. We're modifying a job the planning board and ZBA approved in 2020, which was a 3-building warehouse proposal. Basically, one of those 3 buildings was reduced by about 70% from 100,000 square feet to just over 30,000 square feet. And that area will be used by National Grid. We had our hearing in front of the planning board for site plan modifications. ZBA is coming up later this month. Very positive project, improved and reliable national gas service benefits town residents. Very limited operation, few days a year, little traffic. With me is Mr. Andrew Leha, Special Counsel to National Grid, who would also like to say a few words. And then we have other representatives of National Grid here. If there are any questions, Mr. Leha and myself are unable to answer.
Great. Just identify yourself, Mr. Leah.
Thank you. Andrew Leah from Barclay Damon LLC, Special Counsel to National Grid and Keyspan Gas East.
Are you out of the Albany office?
Actually, I'm out of the Syracuse office.
Syracuse office, okay.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes, sir. I really can't add too much to Mr. Bazell's summary. I think he did an excellent job in summarizing where we are with this. I am available to answer any questions the board may have. I would emphasize, however, that the facility itself does not store any natural gas. There are no storage tanks on the facility. There will be no storage tanks on the facility. And it is only used on the coldest days of the year when the average daily temperature, as measured in Central Park, is under 10 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the average daily temperature. In some winters, that may not happen at all. So this is a rarely used facility, but when we need it for the benefit of the town of Babylon and all those customers that rely on reliable natural gas service.
Great. Thank you very much for that. Does anyone on the board have a question for either Joe or Andrew? And Joe cut his teeth in the town of Babylon, so that's why he did such a wonderful job on the presentation.
If you see my mother, make sure you tell her I know what I'm doing.
Absolutely. She's still questioning that, Joe?
Oh, she always questions everything. That's her nature.
And we appreciate the work that National Grid has done on this, and a lot of initial legwork, as well as the work that they do with us for all the residents in the town of Babylon.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor.
Okay, Joe, did you want to just identify who else was here for the record?
I know Brian Gray is out there because I saw him.
Yep, Brian
Um,
Gray, and there's a Larry Marquino.
He is also.
Larry Marquino.
Yep,
Yeah.
who we've spoken to. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
And great, so we'll just add them as part of the record that they attended the hearing.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I'll take a motion to close and reserve by Councilman McSweeney, seconded by Councilman Mineta. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The hearing is closed, decision reserved. Fourth public hearing is a public hearing in reference to amending Chapter 133, Solid Waste Management. Kevin, any speakers?
No speakers.
Okay, so I'll take a motion to close and reserve from Councilman Mineta, second by Councilman Martinez. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing is closed, decision reserved. Fifth public hearing is a public hearing in reference to amending Chapter A 217 recreational fees. Any speakers?
No speakers.
Okay, so I'll take a motion from Councilman Martinez, second by Councilman Gregory to close and reserve. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing is closed, decision reserved. Sixth public hearing is a public hearing in reference to amending Chapter 213 zoning. Any speakers?
No speakers.
Take a motion from Councilman Gregory, second by Councilman McSweeney to close and reserve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing is closed, decision reserved. Seventh public hearing is a public hearing regarding a certain fire protection contract. Any speakers?
No speakers.
So I'll take a motion from Councilman McSweeney, second by Councilman Mineta to close and reserve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing is closed, decision reserved. That's it for the public hearings. We have any speakers for the agenda?
No, we do not.
Okay, so we'll go right into the agenda. Resolution 190.
I offer 190.
Second,
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 191.
I offer 191.
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 192.
for 192.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 193.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 194.
I offer resolution 194.
Second,
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 195.
I offer resolution 195.
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 196.
offer resolution 196.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 197.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 198.
I offer 198.
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 199.
I offer 199.
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 200.
for resolution 200.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 201.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 202.
I offer resolution 202.
Second,
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 203.
I offer 203.
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 204.
offer 204.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 205.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Would the clerk,
Next one.
206.
I'm sorry, 205. Yep. So all those in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 206.
I offer resolution 206.
Second,
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta,
Yes.
Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney,
yes.
Councilman Gregory,
Yes,
Supervisor Schaefer.
Yes, resolution is approved. 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 207.
I offer 207.
second,
And this, we need a roll call. Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta,
Thane.
Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney,
Yes.
Councilman Gregory,
yes,
Supervisor Schaefer.
Yes, resolution is approved. 4 votes in favor, 1 abstention. Resolution 208.
offer resolution 208.
Supervisor, you'll need to,
I'll second that motion. Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta,
Thane.
Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney,
Yes.
Councilman Gregory,
Yes,
Supervisor Schaefer.
Yes, resolution is approved. 4 votes in favor, 1 abstention. I'll offer resolution 209.
I will second.
And would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta,
Abstain?
Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney,
Yes.
Councilman Gregory,
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer.
Yes, resolutions approved, 4 votes in favor, 1 abstention. Resolution 210.
I offer resolution 210.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolutions approved. Resolution 211.
I offer 211.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolutions approved. Resolution 212.
I offer 212.
I'm sorry, Supervisor, was
Supervisor.
211 a roll call as well?
I am sorry. Yes, it is.
211,
211.
right? Okay.
I'll have the clerk call the roll.
Councilman Mineta,
Yes.
Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney, Councilman Gregory,
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer.
Yes, resolutions approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. We'll get the mojo going now. Resolution 212.
I offer resolution 212.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolutions approved. Resolution 213.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolutions approved. Resolution 214.
I offer 214.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta,
Abstain?
Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney,
Yes.
Councilman Gregory,
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer.
Yes, resolutions approved, 4 votes in favor, 1 abstention. Resolution 215.
I offer 215.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolutions approved. Resolution 216.
I offer 216.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolutions approved. Resolution 217.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolutions approved. Resolution 218.
I offer 218.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolutions approved. And resolution 219.
I offer 219.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolutions approved. That's it for the resolutions. Any speakers for the open portion, Kev?
No speakers, no.
Okay, with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn from Councilman Martinez, second by Councilman Mineta. All those in